Hi guys, welcome back to 30 with Wally. Today we're going to be analysing Tottenham 2, Bodo 0, aggregate 5-1 for the Europa League, and Tottenham finally making to the final. Also, be giving my thoughts on Manchester United against Tottenham in the final, because even though Tottenham beat Manchester United 3 times this season, I think the game will be very hard. And if anything, I think Manchester United are the favourites in the final. But before that, let's talk about this game because I thought Tottenham played a very good game because you don't need to have the ball to dominate the game. You can dominate through momentum, and Tottenham sometimes struggle with this, not having the momentum and still being alive in the game. Because usually when Tottenham don't have the momentum, they just concede 2, 3 goals and they blow the game away. So today they didn't have the ball for most of the time, but they were like, okay, we don't have the ball. We need to tackle in the right moment, run behind the defense, get our chances, score our goals, and that's it. And as you can see, it worked because expected goals are higher for Tottenham, big chances, total shots. And individually speaking, Pedro Porro was the best today. He was insane. And I'm not saying this because of surface score rating. I really think this. And I always say this, Pedro Porro is one of the best, like one of the best right back in the world. People talk about Hakimi. Hakimi is very good. Like Arnold, sometimes Skywalker. But like, I really think Bodo, at least attacking, he's one of the best. I have no doubt on it. To be honest, I think in general, Tottenham's defense played really well. Like everyone, Romero, Van de Ven, especially Romero, because Romero is insane. Like his tackles he just, it's very hard to see him losing duels, for example. Van de Ven, as always, extremely fast, like can run behind everyone, cover a lot of space. He is not so good on aerial duels, but sometimes you can compensate this. It depends on the team, obviously. And I think having players who are good in the aerial duels will be extremely important in the final, because finals are not usually like 4-3, 3-2, 5-4, 4-4. They're usually very balanced games, like very equal. Sometimes the detail can define who will win the trophy and who won't. So the aerial duels, like Man United have Casemiro, for example, he's insane and he's a big game player. So I think Tottenham will have to keep an eye on him. But before talking about the final, I just want to, for the sake of curiosity, showing the score, the players' score individually. As I said, the defense was amazing. Betancourt, very good. Brennan Johnson, very inconsistent. Sometimes like decision making. I think he's like a number player. Even though he doesn't put good performances, he score or assist. Obviously, it doesn't work always like that. But like sometimes he can have numbers and not play well, which is weird to say. And Solanke, amazing. Like if Solanke is fit, I think, like if Tottenham win this trophy, I will imagine Solanke being the player who will score, because he's so good. I'm talking about Kulu because Kulu is extremely important to Tottenham, and he is not having good performances. Like comparing to the level he was playing, let's say the first three months of the season. So I think it is extremely important to him to feel confident, to feel good, like to feel good empirically speaking, like feel good on the ball, feel confident that he can make the difference on the pitch, because he has the quality. I think he just needs to get back on track. So guys, let's talk about the final. Tottenham beat United 3 times this season. 8-3 on aggregate, like 3-0, 4-3, 1-0, which is interesting because I don't think Spurs are favourites in the final. I think considering the fact that United have Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, Mason Mount, they have experienced players, very good players. Not good only on the ball, but like mentally, they need to focus. You need to focus in the final. You need to be extremely focused, and I think Spurs can feel the pressure of deciding a trophy game, like a trophy winning game. That said, tactically speaking, I think the tactical matchup favors Tottenham, because Tottenham are good in things that are good against Manchester United. I think if Tottenham can have the legs, like everyone fit, if let's say both teams have everyone fit, I think tactically Tottenham have advantage. That said, I don't think they're favourites in the final, just because final is, I think most of the time are about the players, not about the tactic. It's also worth saying that Manchester United is improving. They are consistently improving from game to game. Not an insane improvement, but some improvement. So I think, like in 2 weeks, we never know what will happen. But I think United will be stronger than they are now at the moment. I also wanted to talk about this, guys, because I saw this narrative, like people saying, oh, qualifying for the Champions League, why they are like 15th, 16th in the Premier League isn't fair. And I'm going to be completely honest. I think people are only complaining because it's Tottenham and Manchester United. Because if it were Brighton, Bournemouth, let's say, and even Villa, to be honest, I don't think people will be complaining. And let alone if it were clubs from different countries. Because imagine this with, let's say, Bologna and Fiorentina, for example. People wouldn't be saying anything. But like, that's happening with Tottenham and United, they're complaining. And I think that happens especially with Tottenham because comparing to the other big London clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, for example, they had good seasons, like coherent seasons. They knew what they're doing. Like they have a plan. You can see they're building something not random, let's say. But that doesn't mean anything because Europa League is made for this. It's made to give the chance to clubs that are not so good in the league, in their leagues, to make the Champions League. That said, it's fair to say that Europa League got easier with the new system because Champions League clubs no longer go to Europa after being eliminated from the UCL, which is true. But like it's not like Internazionale, Barcelona, Real Madrid were being eliminated. It was like Benfica level clubs, and I don't think they're stronger than Manchester United and Tottenham. So I also think this narrative, even though it is true, it is like Europa League is easier now, but I don't think it's that easier. To summarize, Tottenham beat Bodo easily as United did with Bilbao. Tottenham have beaten United 3 times this season, but in the final we never know. Like anything can happen. Both teams have important players injured, and we need to see who's fit in 2 weeks. And I think that will be decisive in the final. That said, I think I talked about everything, so any feedback or comments in the comment section, and see you next time. Bye.